On today's Fun in the Suncoast, we're going to learn about 5 cool haunted places in the area.
That sounds like fun. Hey everybody, welcome back to Fun in the Suncoast. I'm Matt.
I'm Jen.
And welcome back. Thanks for having us in your home there on the internet. We're at the Valerie Theater. We just had the Ditchfield Family Singers here. And coming up at the end of January, they're going to have their next event. And it's the Valerie Swing Band. You do have time. It's January 30th. I don't know if it's glaring or not off of there. It's going to be tickets are $20 and $25 again, just like last time. There's 2 shows, 3 o'clock and 7 o'clock on January 30th. You might want to come and get your tickets.
Yeah, they sold out of the Ditchfield Family Singers Act, so you want to definitely get your tickets.
And if the first event was any
reflection of
what's to come, it's going to be a fun time. So get your tickets and we'll see you at the Valerie Theater.
And what a cool place to see a show.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they've done a great, we're still here. It's Christmas time. They've had the stage all set up from the Ditchfield Family Singers. And, you know, I had a great time at Halloween this last year, which is now a month ago. Yep. And from some of the research I was doing, I found all these websites. There are hundreds of paranormal websites on the internet of people interested in ghosts. So I wanted to know, like, what are 5 cool haunted places? And they're sort of like between Ocala and Brooksville. And there's tons. There's a whole bunch.
One's real close.
So we wanted to bring you 5 of them. And I guess, why don't you start with the one in Inverness?
Well, we're sitting in it, Matt.
Because you had Inverness. When I brought you we were there. But you had information I didn't know about this, so why it might be haunted.
Yes, well, this is the old theater downtown. We're in the Valerie Theater. And per the Shadowlands.net, this building is haunted by prisoners from the jail, which was originally located across the street.
Which really should be right over that way, correct?
I believe right over that way, yes. And they allowed prisoners actually to sit up in the balconies and watch movies if they were on good behavior. And unfortunately, the ones that weren't on good behavior actually got hung here. Well, not here, but right outside, So
what would happen, right? If you were good, I guess it was the county jail.
Yes.
If you were good, once a month or whatever, they'd bring you down for a movie. So it would give you some incentive to be good. And so the
ones that weren't,
they were hangings going on. Yep. And so some of those people they think would be up in the balcony haunting the place. You know what I found interesting?
They got good seats.
Well, what's interesting is that all of the seats that are in here are non-permanent seats.
I noticed that.
Up in the balcony, there are like 20 permanent theater seats. I wonder why. The Inverness, haunted place right here.
Yes.
The second one, because we'll just start nearby and keep going. This one is hilarious because I would try to find pictures of these places or try to find more information. The Cabin Clutter Antiques and Collectibles.
Which building is that?
I don't know. I spent an hour Googling this place trying to find any sign of it of any sort. But it's listed, like I said, there's dozens and dozens of paranormal websites. But anyways, Floral City, the Cabin Clutter Antiques and Collectibles. For many years, there have been reports of a ghost of an old woman on the 3rd floor, which is the attic. And on some occasions, she's been spotted on the 1st floor, typically described as an old lady sitting in a rocking chair. And the most recent report has been 2003. And it's funny, it's an old lady. So it sounds like it's the ghost from Ghostbusters in the New York Public Library. That's cool. The beginning of Ghostbusters is haunting Floral City. But there you go. So Inverness and Floral City.
Wow.
And FYI. And it's interesting. Cabin Clutter, some of these, I didn't see them. Cabin Clutter was mentioned in all these websites. They all were interested in Cabin Clutter. So anyways, if you can find out, if you know where Cabin Clutter, we should have called Shannon.
Yeah, she knows her stuff.
Please let us know in the comments below. But that's Cabin Clutter, okay? So, and just so we know, and you can take the one in Ocala. There were a whole bunch in Ocala.
Were there really?
And I just chose this one because I thought it was the most interesting.
And this is the old Silver Spring Shores Hotel. Hauntings and apparition sightings have happened at this location even after it closed for business. I wonder why it closed.
Right, and then they tore it down. Wonder why they tore it down. You know, I'm sure that place, again, I couldn't find anything about that, but I bet it was out by the Silver Springs Park. One of those old hotels there from the heyday. And they finally tore it down because teenagers would go in there and they apparently would see ghosts and apparitions.
Were there any? Do you have any pictures of it? Were there any pictures on there?
No, there are no photos of this place. Like I said, I'm looking for old photos or any photos.
Yeah,
but
so,
this one again.
And old wives' tales. If you know anybody, if your grandparents ever told you any creepy stories, tell us.
Yes, haunted places.
Yeah, we want to know.
On one of the websites it mentioned Mansfield. But you're going to list Mansfield no matter what because it's a ghost town. So you're going to list that, sure.
Yeah,
they got
real
the
broad
steps
in
that
general.
lead to nowhere, so you're going to list that.
Gotcha.
So anyways, Brooksville is, so down in Brooksville they have the old courthouse, just like our old courthouse. And it's apparently also haunted by a prisoner. So way back in the old days, they had a jail. I'm sure it was a holding cell for prisoners. And someone got out and tried to make a run for it. The bailiff runs after him and brandishes his weapon. Stop in the name of the law, one of these moves, but accidentally shoots the prisoner in the courthouse and kills him. And that's the ghost that lurks around the old courthouse. And they say actually there's a blood stain.
No way.
That if you look or nowhere to look, you can find the remnants of the blood stain there. Then the last one, actually, this is a fun one.
Cedar Key, the whole entire island.
The whole island, they said, is haunted.
Oh, let me tell you, not only is it haunted, but it's covered in cats. Have you been there lately? Oh my gosh, there's cats
it's haunted
everywhere.
By cats.
Yes, it's haunted by cats. Just about every business in town has more than one ghost. According to the Tourism Council,
I wrote that in there. That was my Tourist Council.
There is archaeological evidence of people at Cedar Key back to 500 BC.
Okay, so we talked to, that's interesting because we talked to Shannon. Of course, this was part of the Seminole Nation.
Yeah, there's a lot of Indians here.
Yeah, and Cedar Key was these are before the Seminoles, 500 BC.
Wow.
Just like at Crystal River, they have the archaeological dig, and it's the same thing as Cedar Key. So human beings have lived there for a few thousand years. So I guess you could, if anyone saw the movie Poltergeist, you know what happens when you build a development on top of an old Indian cemetery.
They have some unfinished business.
That's right. So we have pictures of the Cedar Key, but they say the whole place is haunted, and that sounds like a great reason to go visit and look for
absolutely.
orbs
That's
or
a great
whatever.
Sunday too, just to go out. Oh, it's such beautiful weather now.
I saw the great photos. I'm going to take my wife down there.
Yeah.
But anyways, those are the 5 places. If you go, and you mentioned it, for instance, one of the shadowlands.net or Forgotten USA. ForgottenUSA.com has a map that connects to Google Maps, and it has all the little dots on all the haunted spaces. So you can look wherever you might be going to look for haunted
And Mount Dora,
places.
too. Mount Dora actually has a haunted tour that you could go on if you ever knew. Yeah, at the lakeside. I believe it's the Lakeside Manor there. You could go in, you could sign up, and the little man and his little stick walks around the entire town and shows you all the haunted areas. So also look up Mount Dora. There's a bunch of
I'll find a link, and on the YouTube
Yep.
video, if you're watching this on the YouTube channel, down in the description, I'll find that because I think I saw something like that.
Yep.
The Mount Dora ghost tour.
Yes.
So that's we're kind of getting up to Christmas, and it's kind of fun to do this sort of stuff and like haunted places. And when I saw the Valerie Theater, I got a big laugh out of that,
Yeah.
especially with the theater seats that they have up the.
I keep looking. What's that?
But Merry Christmas, everybody.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.
And thanks for watching the show. We've had some really big shows. We've had almost 1,000 views in just a couple of days. So,
And I have an update I wanted to let you know. We did a big show, and we were so proud of Kira Moore, who was making the bracelets and selling them to raise money to buy needy children Christmas presents. She was actually recognized by the Meredith Vieira Show, and she is landing in New York as I speak. So she'll be well back before this airs. So we just want to say we're very proud of her, and it's great that she's getting the recognition she deserves.
And she was on Bay News 9.
She was.
And then we did a little. We just wedged ourselves into the Family Resource Center and
Yes,
started
we did.
rolled the camera on you guys.
Yes, we did.
But you tagged all of them and added and hashtagged.
It's amazing how that really works, and I was kind of new to the Instagram and the hashtags and the Twitter, but I went ahead and put that on there and tagged a bunch of local media outlets and bigger ones today's show. So
they got right down here and swooped a handful of people off to New York to go shoot the show.
So we're so excited. She came to my house last night. We got her a jacket and got her all ready to go to New York. So we're real excited. We're very proud of her.
And this is a great. I mean, you're upstater, but you're a New Yorker too.
I'm a New
This
Yorker.
is the time of year to go to the city, right?
And she's going to Rockefeller Center, so perfect time of year. Yeah, so she hit the lottery.
And
We're
hopefully
happy
they'll
about
send her to Universal Studios if anyone's watching. She wants to go to
it.
Universal Studios.
She's never been to
people.
Universal, so any angels out there, she would love to go to Universal.
Yeah, and don't forget about the new January 30th. They're going to have the swing band, Valerie Theater swing band. So like
right.
the Valerie Theater on Facebook.
Yep,
Like
that's
us on Facebook. Subscribe to our channel. Promote our show. Tell somebody about it. Tell your friends.
Sure.
Thanks for watching. Go to Connor's Gifts. Buy a cupcake. Go see Steve Smith for some barbecue.
Go to Deco for lunch.
Go to Deco for lunch. And thanks for watching Fun
Thanks,
on the
everybody.
Suncoast.
Yeah, thanks. Merry Christmas.